Hi, I'm Scott,
And I'm Luke.
and we're Android Guys,
Give us 5 to 10 minutes of your day
and we'll tell you about a product or service.
or an app that you might be interested in.
I think it's time to talk about another app or a game.
It is.
It's your turn.
Okay,
You got something ready?
I do.
Let's hear it.
I've been playing a puzzle game.
You have me. I'm
yeah,
hooked. I'm in.
You are a puzzle game guy. I also enjoy the puzzles, and this one is cool. This one is called Scalak. It's by a company that I believe you've played one of their games before. Hamster on Coke.
Yes,
games.
that I have.
So Scalak is a puzzle game where you're trying to fit shapes onto boxes.
Okay.
To complete boxes. Now, that sounds very simple. It's a lot more complex than that because you can rotate these boxes 360 degrees in every way, up, down, left, right, back, forth, all this kind of stuff. But the pieces that you have to fit in do not change. So you have to orient the box in such a way that it fits the pieces that fit into it. So you have, I think there are around 90 puzzles or something like that.
Okay.
In this game. So the first 5 or 6, it's pretty easy. And then they kind of step it up a notch where some of the shapes you have can actually break apart. And part of the shape goes on one side of the box, part of the shape goes on the other side of the box.
Interesting.
But it looks like a singular shape. Or the boxes might start with a shape on them that you have to remove to reveal a different shape that needs to be filled by the pieces that you have.
Okay.
And you might have to turn the box and put a piece on that you had previously taken off. You have a couple more puzzles like that. And then eventually they say, hey, guess what? Here's some blank boxes. You need to put the borders on. And certain colors need to match in the corners for the boxes to work. And so it's the idea of there's a lot of different ways to make this geography work.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of one of those, it's almost like a 3-dimensional slide puzzle.
Yeah, so I'm trying to listen. I'm also looking at the game.
Right.
And I'm seeing pictures and I watched you play it here a few minutes.
Right.
So trying to imagine it as somebody who's
listening to me describe it.
Just listening.
Yeah.
It's interesting, right?
Right.
It looks very fun.
Yeah.
It's one of those it's genius in its simplicity.
Sure.
Easy to kind of figure out.
Yep.
But really hard to put down.
Yeah.
Once you start doing it.
Yep.
This looks to be like a perfect potty app.
Yeah, sure. Right. Yeah.
Or waiting for the coffee to brew.
Yep.
Kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's almost like having, if you're old enough to remember the game Perfection.
Yes.
Where you have all these different shapes,
Yep.
stars, half moons, rectangles, all these different things that you asterisk that you're putting in where they belong before the timer runs out.
Yeah.
And it pops all these things out. So
Right.
it's kind of like those shapes, but it's on a 6-sided 3-dimensional thing.
Right. And you have to rotate that cube around to fit those shapes onto that.
Yeah, because the shapes will just they will wrap around, and what
Right.
looks like just a circle at the top of it, if you rotate a little bit, it's kind of got like this line that wraps to 2 other sides.
Yeah.
And there's an arrow on the back of it.
Right. And so you have to figure out, well, wait a second, that won't fit that way. So how do I have to turn this to make this fit?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't change the orientation of the pieces that you have to slide on.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I mean, that is the game essentially.
Mm-hmm.
The soundtrack is very relaxing. The color palette is very vibrant though.
Yeah.
A lot of bold colors, a lot of interesting mixes. The game looks gorgeous. It's very like a high rendered polygons and square shapes with like some shading. Like it feels right. Like when you're spinning the boxes and moving the boxes, it's responsive. It's a very easy game to play. This one was free with Play Pass.
Okay.
The price, I'm trying to see if I could see the price here. I think it was 99 cents if you don't have the Play Pass.
So let me pull it up here and look at it, because I also have a Play Pass and I look at it in the Play Store and it gives me the same thing.
Right.
So I'm going to look at it incognito, 99 cents.
Yeah. So 99 cents. I definitely think it's worth 99 cents because so far in the Play Pass version, there has been no ads. There's nothing pausing your game to play an ad. There's no in-app purchases to, up your hint. There's no like hints or anything like that. It's 99 cents and there's like 90 puzzles. I think that's worthwhile.
Yeah.
But if you do have Play Pass, it's a no-brainer. Download it. Just spend some time with it. And if you don't like it, you didn't lose anything.
Yeah, right.
But this is a nice little puzzle game to get your, it's one of those that for me, like I play it in the morning.
Yeah.
Like to help me kind of wake up.
Right.
Just get my thinking. Because it's not like there's not a lot of pressure in the game. There's no like timer that you have to like get done in a certain time or you only have a certain amount of moves. You can take as much as you want. I mean, and that's the tagline of this game. It's Scalak is the name of it, but relaxing puzzle game is the tagline.
Right.
And it definitely feels that way. The music is relaxing. The visuals are relaxing. Everything kind of moves nice and smooth. The colors are nice. It's a really fun game. I really enjoyed it.
Awesome. I'm definitely going to have to check this out as part of my Play Pass. This looks right up my alley.
Yeah.
I would imagine doing the same thing. A game or two in the morning to kind of get going and start like thinking logically and get the wheels turning.
Yep.
But at the same time, it's the kind of game where, okay, I'm home, I'm done. Give me just a few minutes to collect myself before I go into dad and husband mode.
Right.
Give me a few minutes of my own time.
And it's one of those games that's easy to put down too.
Yep.
It's not one you feel like, okay, I have to beat this level. Like you want to keep playing it. Don't get me wrong. You want to keep going because it's fun, but it's not one of those. It's like, all right, if I just close this, I'm going to have to start over at the beginning of the level or something like that.
Sure.
So,
well, cool. Yeah. Scalak, Scalak.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for sharing, Luke.
No problem.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast.
Thanks for listening.
We appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, feedback, concerns, comments, anything, shoot us an email at podcast@AndroidGuys.com. We'd love to hear from you one way or the other. Luke, if someone wants to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
I am on Instagram and Twitter at Luke Gaul, Gaul.
And I'm on Instagram at Scott Webster and Twitter as SWebster77. Until next time, thanks for listening.
See ya.